A life like that just like it stresses me out. But I think it's just because.
So you wouldn't be able to date like a drug dealer or anything like that?
No, nothing like that. No.
That's good for you.
Yeah, I can't. I really would be paranoid, and not just for my safety, but for his safety. I can't be.
And then if you have kids.
Yeah, and no, I can't do that. I can't be asking you what are you doing 24/7.
How about you? What's your type?
Yeah.
You like a bad boy?
No, I tell her all the time. I was like, I really like a blue collared man.
What does that mean? Like mechanic, like works like a.
Yes, like I guess like a man who like goes out and like works like in construction or like you said like mechanic or
gets his hands dirty.
Yes, like
comes home, wants a white picket fence, just wants to like live on the burbs and like.
I think it's like that inner like your inner ancestors that it's like I want like to do like the whole like
you want to cook for him. Yeah.
He's such a hard worker, and then it's like I have to ground myself and be like.
Remember, these are misogynists.
wait, remember what? All right.
Not all of them. Okay, put my camera on. Not every man that works in blue collar. I'm stereotyping heavy right now. Some of y'all are fine. Some of y'all are really hardworking men that got a girl at home and got a kid or two that live in the burbs and just want a simple life, and y'all are cool. I know some of those men. But some of those are fuck boys for sure. Yes, a good amount of them are fuck boys for sure.
And it's like, well, I think also too, it's like, I guess where that's the part of like dating. You're like getting to know your type. And I think that, but then I also like an entrepreneur like guy that like you know, has his own business and like, you know, doesn't limit themselves to like this like one particular job, and they have their own dreams that they're chasing because like we're gonna want ambition too, like we want to grow together. If not,
but what if the working collar man, his ambition is to create a family?
No, it's not my man. That is not my
Cynthia's
man.
like, I'll create the family.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, that is not my man. I like that.
I guess there's different
types of
ambitions, right?
Okay, so now we're gonna get into the nitty gritty. What are you looking for? You guys are single?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm not putting you guys out there in terms of eligibility, but I'm just saying like, what are you looking for? Are you looking for a working class man that is also has a side business?
I don't know.
Is that your perfect guy?
I can't even say like. I'm just like figuring it out. Like I'm not really looking.
Touché.
Like I'm not looking for like someone, but like it's just like it does come across as in like what would I want? You know what I mean? Because it's up to me. Like I get to ultimately decide
100%.
who I want to spend my time with, and if I even want to like accept dates, or if I even want to spend my time with someone, because it's like. You know, we both know, like, we could be doing different things. Like, you have your podcast. You can be doing something with your podcast. We have our business. Like, I can be doing something with business. Yeah. So, it's like, I think...
Time is precious, yeah.
Yes, time is very precious. So, I think it's just, like, I'm not really looking, but it's, like, if someone were to ask me and it's, like, yeah, I'll go for it. Like, if it seems like it'll be a cool time and I'll at least get something, like, out of it. Like, a nice conversation, at least. Like...
Or figure out if he is somebody that you would want to, like, see again. Whether that's with other men in that same, like, I guess, like, career place or anything, whatever he is, you get to just learn about what you like. Yeah, I think that's what I like about dating. Like,
and your ideal man is just not a drug dealer.
Yeah, please. No.
Like, don't be into that fuck shit, please. I don't have time to be worried about you.
Yeah, I can't do that.
But it's not. But you're not tied to a working class man.
No, yeah, I think for me, truthfully,
like if he's an investment banker. You're good.
Yeah, like, money. My ideal man is Benjamin Franklin.
But if Benjamin Franklin looked like this.
Yeah, it's like...
Brayden, come on, help me out. If Benjamin Franklin looked like this.
Yeah, it's the 100s.
Yeah. With the lokes and everything.
He is so
He looks great, right?
Like he would absolutely like...
My sister was obsessed. She watched this movie nonstop because she was like, Shia LaBeouf in this movie is crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy high.
Like now we know what movie's up next for us to watch.
Yeah, y'all go watch this tonight. You're gonna text me like, this is my favorite movie of all time.
You're gonna watch her followings go up.
Yeah.
Should I follow?
Yeah.
That's funny.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, but then what's your type? Like, or uno reverse it.
I like really independent women. Like if I had, I don't have like a type in terms of like racial preference or like, not many aesthetic. I mean, hot would be great, but you know what I mean? Like if you're hot, then you're hot, you know? But like for me, like if you're hot as a blonde and you're hot as a Latina, or if you're hot as a black girl, or if you're hot as an Asian, like to me, hot is hot. You know what I mean? Like, and to me, like maybe there's like some sort of aesthetic preference to some degree, but for me, it's a lot more to do with like personality and like how you carry yourself. If a woman is really confident and really independent, and I get the sense that like she doesn't really need me, I'm like really invested. You know what I mean? I don't subscribe, and I know that this exists in women. Like you know, women like to feel provided for, or taken care of, right? If I get and I say this because I've dated girls that are like this, if I get the sense at some point that you are expecting me to take care of you and that's the role that I'm supposed to take, I tend to get really turned off really quickly. Because, and maybe this is my bias, but in my experience, men that like to be providers tend to find women that don't have any ambition, because they want to, in some way, shape, or form, whether it's consciously or subconsciously, they want to be able to control aspects of that woman's life. And I just don't have time for that shit. Like women are property. That's like a really big thing. This is going back to like, you know, there's a lot of stereotypes about Mexican men, about being like machistas and this and that. I posted a video recently about where I'm calling out the Mexican community for like weird uncle behavior and shit.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, it's blowing up on TikTok. It's crazy. I get most of the people are being like, yes, preach, and then most people are, and other people are like, not all men. I'm like, you're suspicious now. Yeah. So, my father was big on like women are property. You can't. This whole notion that like that. Once you find a partner, that they're not allowed to change their mind, or that you get to police their behavior, or you get to, like, women are property, plain and simple. If you wouldn't do that to a man, you can't do that to a woman. Like, it's just plain and simple. So for me, the simple notion that women are property is enough for me. If I'm dating somebody and they fall out of love with me and they want to go somewhere else, can't stop them. You gotta go. Like, there's no like if buts about it. Like, it's just, that's just what it is. So in my mind, the more independent a woman is, the more vocal she is, the more in tune with who she is, or the more she can talk about the world and have her own opinions, the more I get invested, because I'm like, oh, now it's way past the we're just talking to talk, or it's way past the like physical attraction. And now like I can have a conversation with you, and I can get an opinion that might challenge me a little bit, and might if not question me, or like, if not question myself, at least I get to see it from a different perspective. Like, oh, you arrived there. We arrived at the same place, but like from different perspectives. That's valuable to me. So I really enjoy that. I'm not frightened or intimidated by women that know what they want and that are ambitious in that kind of way. For me, the worst kind of case scenario is if a woman isn't that, and I'm like, and I have so much to say about my day to day, and they're just like, well, I was just kind of waiting for you. I'm like, oh God. So now I feel like a sense of responsibility, like a sense of this. Like it's not that I don't like that, it's not that I'm shaming that, because there's women out there that love being stay-at-home moms. That's one of the most cherished jobs in the world that people don't talk about. That's one. My mom was a stay-at-home mom for a significant amount of time. So the fact that like as a society we don't value that job as being important to like family raising and society, community building and stuff like that. Like I'm an advocate for that. I'm not shaming stay-at-home, women. But I think in terms of like the thing that invigorates me as a person, I really enjoy being challenged, and I really enjoy people with really great stories and opinions that think about the world very critically. So if you're hot, and then on top, if I think you're hot and you're interesting, and then on top of that you have that, like, oh my God, it's really It's a selling factor for sure. It's part of the reason why whenever I was younger in my 20s, I probably almost exclusively dated older women, because older women really could just tell you, like, this is what I want to do, this is what I want to do, instead of like kind of like going through the mundane, like, oh, but let's go here. I don't know if I want to do that. And in my mind, I'm thinking like, man, I want to build this thing, or I want to build this business, or I want to do this, or I want to do that. And I'm like talking up my ideas, or like, oh, as an artist, I'm writing this song because I want to talk about, love in this way, or blah, 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 or this and that, or I'm going, I want to travel to Spain, or I want to travel to Italy. That's Italy up there. And I'm like, I want to see what these people live like. And I want to see what this is. And if they're just like, I kind of just want to go to Chili's. I'm like, bro, Chili's? After I just talked to you about Italy? Like, I don't, you know what I mean? So for me, that's the kind of thing. And I have a lot of friends that have stay-at-home wives. Mm-hmm. They're working class men. And they have a beautiful, beautiful relationship, beautiful family, beautiful kids, beautiful everything. I love hanging out with them. Mm-hmm. But in terms of a partner, I don't know. I don't know if I'd be able to do that. I think I'm way too ambitious, and to a fault. Most of the women that I've ended relationships with has been because of that. Because I'm really ambitious, and I realize that like we're just not clicking, and I want to go here, and you're not willing to like. It's not even that you're not willing to do that with me, but like you don't even have shit to do. So I'm gonna go do that. You know what I mean? Yeah. Or you are that ambitious. There's a girl that I dated that is still very fond, which I guess I could tie back to maybe a potential red flag for you guys. But I'm really fond of. She's a really great friend of mine. We don't talk much, but she wanted to be a doctor, and she was on it, like But I wanted to go in this direction. So like in terms of like attraction and like how we fit, it was great. But she wanted her life to go in that direction, and I wanted my life to go in this direction. And I'm like, as much as I like you, I'm not gonna stop you from doing that. That's crazy. Yeah. That's insane. If that's what makes you happy, and you're not gonna stop me from doing this, because that's crazy. Yeah. So now we just kind of like admire each other from afar. We're like really, it's really, there's no like residual feelings there, but. Either we end because there's a disconnect in our personalities, or we end because we're similar but heading in different trajectories. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Which is fine. Like either one of those for me is like that's fine for me. Yeah. You know what I mean? If you like that video, please make sure you like and subscribe. We're on every social media platform. It really helps out in the algorithm if you do that. And it also helps us make better content for you in the future. We are 100% self-funded, and we have so many ideas that we want to get out to you guys, but we won't be able to do it without you. So please hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that subscribe button. We really, really, really appreciate it. Until next time, see you around.